Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Piki Choco, and in today's video, we're gonna be checking out some pre-release slash first impressions of Yelan, her role, stats, and sort of important focus in her team, a complete potential rerun plan backed with real-time opinions, CYNO vision which is quite a bit of eye-rolling, and some 2.7 related news. So before getting into that, just wanna say that the 2 blessings giveaway has ended, and I've actually posted in the community tab as well as Twitter, so be sure to check that. So congratulations to the winners, and don't feel disheartened because a new one is starting soon. Alright, now that we're done talking about all the mumbo jumbo, let's actually get into the video right now. Boom! So firstly, let's talk about Yelan. Just a quick disclaimer, all of this is initial info and speculation, so no screenshots, hoping that you're keeping those ninja eyes and ears active. So firstly, talking about Yelan's role, so it's basically replaceable or rather similar to Xingqiu, who's basically being a sub DPS, but in addition to that, Yelan is a lot more focused on dealing more damage. Now some people do refer her as a power crept Xingqiu, so we'll talk about that, but surprisingly Yelan may be the most interesting and a really hyped up character, as the kind of stuff she does may be a big hint for the characters belonging to Sumeru. So stats for Yelan, she basically has 14,000 HP, which is surprisingly high in a bow character, but relatively the attack and defense are low, which really wouldn't matter that much because in any case she will be able to do much more damage, and basically she gets a crit rate as an ascension stat, which probably is 18 or 19%, which is always a relief to hear. For her stats, I think the Ruin Serpent may play a big role, so all the best for your farming. I don't know how long it takes cause I haven't started exploring yet, but surely looks challenging enough. Now talking about some interesting thing, basically talents. So the normal attacks are like a no-brainer, simple and easy, but the most interesting thing or mechanic I should call it, that is breakthrough, which has 2 ways to be triggered. First itself is introduced in the normal attack, so when Yelan's off field 5 seconds or more and then she enters again, that will trigger a breakthrough, which basically causes a significant reducing of charge attack time and sort of a barb that deals AoE Hydra damage. So in very simple terms, when she leaves field, it's basically like triggering a damage even greater than Ganyu. The elemental skill in basic terms is like Yelan marking each and every enemy she passes, and after releasing hold, giving them an AoE Hydra damage, which will basically scale according to her HP. Interestingly, if you have crowned her, you have another RNG to get another breakthrough within every 5 seconds, so kind of crazy if you actually plan to invest that much in her. A bit of wordy terms here that I'll try to explain in a simpler way. Finally, the most interesting thing, that is the Depth Clarion dice, which is the elemental burst. So basically what it does is create an AoE Hydra damage, which I'll say again is based on max HP, followed by an exquisite throw which helps her in battle. So in basic terms, it's simply like summoning Xingqiu's water swords, but in an upgraded way, and don't worry, the ICD won't be an issue. So to sum it up, a very powerful character that if paired with pyro characters like Hu Tao, Yoimiya, or any pyro you have, will help deal a lot of damage, because do note that her flexibility may be the key source for her damage, making multiple scenarios in a party system possible. Personally, I'm planning to summon for Yelan instead of Ayato. Now moving on to a weird possibility of a Xiao rerun again. So this was a recent speculation by Ubacha. Okay, so hear me out. 2.7 Xiao, this is also baffling to me, same as what Zhongli was back, but as I said before, it's worth bringing attention to the possibility. Now I'm really not sure if this was an April Fool's, but given that there is a possibility of the Electro Yaksha appearing or being mentioned in a strong way, a sort of Xiao related content is expected, but reruns, I think it's kind of quite hard. I mean, this is my personal sort of view. Now on to the next bit of a full rerun plan that has been devised by the community itself. So for 2.7 being Kuki Shinobu's release, a strong suggestion of Ito's rerun would be safe to presume. Now for the second rerun slot, it may be Yoimiya, just because the festival and everything is Inazuma related, and if you recall, we said something about Yelan and the vape combo, so to give more boost in a strategic way to the sales of Yelan, this may happen. Now for 2.8, as we've discussed a tons of times earlier, it may be a full rerun patch which may have Kazuha. Now considering the community's opinions, rather than Hoyoverse, the community itself is wanting Kazuha to pop out in 2.8 because Yelan and Cookie are appealing like hard to skip characters. So if any sort of update related to reruns pops out, I'll be sure to update on that. Now moving on to the last bit, which is of CYNO. So he's speculated to be in 3.0 first half given the sequence of Teviat trailer. Now the recent speculations regarding his element have popped out, which have 2 interesting opinions. One of them being of uncles who speculate him to be a 5-star pyro polar Plum user on the basis of trailer and some news, while the others kind of think of him to be a 4-star Geo character with the supporting basis of Ningguang, meaning Ningguang was the very first character shown in the Liwa trailer. Everyone considered her 5-star, but that did not happen. So likewise maybe the case of CYNO, and additionally in the manga he's also said to reside in the mountainous regions. So quite a confusion here whether CYNO is a 5 or a 4-star and whether he's a Geo or Pyrovision user. So that's basically it for today's video. Just thought I'll update you all with the latest news about Yelan, reruns, and some real-time news, and I hope it helped you, so make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss on any latest news and stuff related to Genshin like this. As always, I'll see you all in the next video with some interesting new news. Until then, stay safe and stay picky.